your average guy's show. Jimmy's pouring himself a
Woodford Reserve
snifter or
Double Oak.
something. What do you got
Woodford
there?
Reserve Double Oak. Double Oak.
Woodford?
Yes.
All right. I'm out here in the garage. Oh, dude. I can't. Now that we're recording, I don't think I can flip my camera.
Ha.
So I just have to turn around because I'm looking at my whiskey cabinet. Trying to. Oh, there's my antlered. That's a different antlered doe. Um. Anyway, I'm trying to make a decision. All right. So I'm going to bring in this McKenna because, like I said, I don't think I can remember what it tastes like. Um. But I need to bring in something better than that.
I also got this new
You
bottle
know
of
what I haven't drank in a while?
Proper 12.
Oh yeah, you haven't opened it yet.
No, so this is the Conor McGregor edition.
Oh nice.
And apparently,
Wait, I thought all Proper 12 was Conor McGregor edition.
Huh, I
well,
thought I had an open one of those.
I don't think it is anymore because they went their separate ways.
He's sold.
Well,
Oh.
something happened. I don't know. He got into some lawsuit about something. I don't even know what.
All right, what am I gonna
Maybe
drink in here?
raped
Okay,
somebody or
here I'm
something.
gonna take this one too. This one is getting low, so I need to finish it off. All right, headed inside. Little Knob Creek Rye. Okay.
What kind of tunes you playing us, Dan?
All right, I'm going to show you this real quick, and then I'm going to change my camera.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a pedal. I can't see the screen right now, so I think it's on screen. So this is a pedal, but it's just a pad pedal, right? So you put it in the key. So I think it says, you can see that it's in A, and then you can select through these different like sounds, or you can go to different banks of sounds and select from them, right? So like this is like the original bank of sounds. If you're playing a song in A, you can just hit it and it gives you, I don't know, can you hear that?
Yeah.
Just the chorus for A, right? And so then you're just like, that's really loud, isn't it?
No.
No.
Well, you probably can't tell. There you go. So right? So then if you want to fade out, you just hit the button and it slowly fades out, right? You want to switch to G. You want to switch what style of pad it is, and it'll fade it back in for your next song,
Okay, so give us an example.
right? So then you've got,
Were you just about to play Get You Do
so
Me? Whatever, what's that song? The Legend of,
I don't know.
it's a, you know,
I don't know that song.
a good old ballad by Gordon Lightfoot.
I don't know that.
What's it called? It's the legend lives on from the Chippewa on down to the big lake they call Gitchigumi.
Dude,
What?
Oh, the Edmund
why'd you
Fitzgerald?
say that?
Yes, the Edmund Fitzgerald. I could not think of that.
Dude, like why did you come up with that?
Huh? Because of that sound you
The
just
other day
played.
in church, a guy came up to me and was like, you should play this song. And it was The Legend of the
Edmund
Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald.
And I'd never even heard it.
You've never heard it?
No, Dan,
No,
that's not
well, I
true.
heard it that day because I looked it up. I heard it that day because I looked it up.
That
No,
was the
you've heard
first time you've ever heard that song, Dan?
it. No, Dan's lying.
It was the first time I've ever heard that song.
No. Not possible.
When the gales of November start blowing.
That's a great song.
So here's
All
the
right,
only
I'm going
thing.
to try to
So
remember what
so the
this
other
tastes
thing you
like.
can do with this thing is
Okay.
you can create a set list, and then instead of going up and down in key, it just moves up or down to the next song on your
Yeah.
set list, right? And you can
Yeah.
change which of the pads it does for and which key. But here's something that I have not figured out yet, and I'm gonna have to like find out from somebody who's a way better musician than me, because I asked. Here, I'll turn this off. Okay, is that kind of cool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Like,
is.
you don't need a keyboard guy to like lay down a pad. You just do it without him,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see if I can. Oh, I
That's some
can't because
Steven
there's not
Wilson
enough
Jr.
chord.
stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. Okay,
Did you
so
add the thunderclap to it?
can you see this? I'm gonna.
You should.
Okay, you can see this? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, explain this to me, music guys. A major. Can you see that?
Yes.
A major.
Mm-hmm.
I can switch to whatever. A sharp. Okay. A, B, etc. Minor.
Okay.
Or just B,
Yeah.
major.
Mm-hmm.
What's that even mean, bro? What?
What's the difference between B and B
That
major?
B B B is B major, right?
Mm,
That like common vernacular for it is that B and B major are the same.
I wouldn't know.
I even asked a music director yesterday and he's like, I don't know. Okay, so let's go. Okay, can you hear that?
Yeah.
It is different though.
On there, it definitely is.
um. Okay. So. Hmm.
Like you can definitely hear the minor.
I don't know why it would have B and B major, um, like noted separately.
Like they add something to it, but I don't know why it would. It seems like you could just play either one of those for any song that was in B. So then the cool thing, here's the other cool thing about it. The reason that it's super cool about how they have it laid out is like you can select, if you don't have a preset set list, I just switch it to F. It doesn't do anything until I hit engage or abort.
Cool.
So like right now it's playing an F major and with this pad. If I want to go down to this pad or its counterpart in there, and I want to move it to G sharp, it's not changing anything until I hit the engage button.
Nice.
Is that stuff preloaded on there, or do you have to load it?
So there's everything that's on it right now is preloaded, but I can load up to 10 more. There's one,
Thunderclap?
2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 sets, and I can load 10. I can load 10 more sets of different sounds, and each of those 10 can have 5, so I can add 50 more, and each of the 50 can be played in every key notation. It will change it it will change the key of them. So I could load, I don't know what the math on that is, but
It's a lot.
it's a lot. It's a lot of possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
I am pretty excited about it because nobody helps me with anything on music at church. And I always feel like when you don't have anything like laying down a bass, when you're just playing a guitar, you just feel like you have to be doing something with the guitar all the time.
Mm.
That's just my feeling about it. Where I feel like even just having something that's like in the key makes me feel less. I don't know. Does that make sense, Darcy? You play guitar. Like just having somebody else there or something else there makes it feel like you don't have to be filling the space with guitaring rhythm the whole time. So,
Oh,
but anyway,
sideways.
that's not great.
Can't get my daggum. I can't get my screen to come back.
What'd you do?
There we go.
There you
What's that? What is that pedal? What's it called?
It's Aerospace Engineering Atmosphere V2. Atmosphere is barely cheaper and has quite a few less features. The original one is pretty cool, but doesn't even have a volume knob. You have to change volume somewhere else. That one you can actually use a little dial on the side to change the volume, and you can actually get it with your foot if you need to change the volume.
Wait, what did you say about the volume?
So the original version doesn't have a volume knob. You have to do it on your soundboard. That one has a volume knob on it.
On that,
The V2 has the volume.
oh, you said V2?
V2 version 2. Yeah. I think it's Aerospace Engineering or Aerospace Audio, one of the two. Well,
Aerospace
you know what?
audio. Mm-hmm. Cool.
That's backwards, isn't it?
It's blurry.
Aerospace Audio. And it was backwards, so it didn't help anything either.
That I couldn't see.
But yes, so the one other thing that I did figure out is when I tried to run it through the back of my relatively cheap little acoustic amp. My acoustic amp has an input for guitar and a microphone, and it has its own like reverb, but it's only one reverb channel, and you can just choose how much of it to give. You can tell it only to go to the guitar or only to go to the mic or 50-50. It is technically a digital amp, even though it looks like an old amp. If you run that foot pedal through the speaker, it overrides all the features on the amp. So I'm currently running the foot pedal completely separate from my guitar setup through a totally different amp.
Seems like a cool pedal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It might be
So
like
have you had a
the
chance
gateway
to use
drug
it
into pedals.
at church on a Sunday yet?
No, he just handed it to me on Sunday at church.
Oh, okay.
He said he had a Christmas present for me. I don't think that means he actually gave it to me, though. I think it means that I was the one who told him to get it. So,
Oh.
and nobody else is going to use it.
Yeah, I
obviously.
think it's yours.
And you actually run it to the you run it on its own channel to the main soundboard. So you could, if you were just like the sound guy and you just wanted to have like something like that and you didn't have software, because you probably have just like ambient stuff on your soundboard, right?
Not like that.
No,
They use and Darcy
because you
would probably
could.
know a little bit more about it, but they use a iPad with stuff downloaded onto it that they play through a mic channel somewhere up on the platform.
Oh, from the stage. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's the other thing. This device, I'm not even getting into it, but it also has an app that you can run if you have Apple stuff. It also has an app where you can live upload more sounds from the app and use the pedal somehow to control the app too, is my understanding of it anyway. But I probably will never do that. I mean, I'm having a hard enough time just playing guitar and singing and pushing pedals and pushing a button. So, or the app might be, maybe you just download stuff from the app onto the pedal. I really don't know. I haven't goofed with it yet.
You need to get one of those, Darcy, so you can start playing some sounds while you're playing the guitar.
I've thought about getting a pedal or two just for fun, because like that pedal board that I play the electric through, I just don't know it well enough. So when I go up there and plug into it, I don't ever change anything. I don't use anything that it does except for the tuner,
Right.
because there's like 30 million settings, and I feel like if I hit the wrong button, I will just be lost somewhere in those settings. So I've thought about getting a pedal or two that'll do sounds that I like, so that I can just have super simple changes.
Does the board that they have multiple pedals and a MIDI
Have what?
controller, or is it just pedals?
Does it have what?
Does it have a MIDI controller?
A what controller?
Should I say MIDI controller again?
Dadgum.
Is that a no?
The universe does not want me to know what controller you're talking about.
I can hear him just fine.
For
It's a MIDI
real?
controller.
Or I thought you were just,
No, what kind of controller?
I thought you were just jacking with me.
100%. I have not heard what kind of controller, and I think you've said it like 5 times.
No, no way.
No, yeah, it's
I
always
thought you were
like,
just being
so
sarcastic.
does the board that you're using have a controller? A controller? That's what it. Jimmy, what kind of controller?
MIDI controller.
A MIDI. I mean, probably. I'm telling you, it does way too much stuff. Let me see if I can figure out what it is. I think it's a line 6 Helix. Yeah. Okay. It's too much. Oh, these ones, the one I use is older than these ones. But let me just click on one of these and see. Oh, that's pretty similar to the one I use. The Helix floor. effects processor. So it has okay. Behavioral modeling, component modeling, variax control. I don't know what that means.
What's the MIDI do for you, Dan?
Dan's froze up on that, I guess.
Oh, Dan. You're gone.
So any type of
I'm froze up verbally or totally.
Ah, you're back. Just verbally.
I'm gonna jump back out and jump back in.
he gone.
He gone. What the?
I just found a piece of a stick in my pocket. Oh,
That's
now it's
weird.
on the floor.
Whenever he jumped off, my Bluetooth stopped working.
Really?
Yeah, now I'm hearing you through the computer.
Weird.
How's that even possible?
Hello?
I'm
Hey, Dan.
here. I'm
I
here.
can hear you, but I can't see you.
I can see and hear.
For
Dan.
real? You can't see me, huh, Darcy?
No.
I see you. I can't hear you in my ear anymore, or my Bluetooth earbud.
You cannot? So nobody can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh. What? But Jimmy's muted.
No, you're not muted, I don't think. No, we can hear you.
I can't hear Jimmy now. I can't hear Jimmy at all.
It won't jump back over through it.
It won't.
Uh-uh.
I just heard you.
You hear me now? Check 1, 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Check.
Now there's
Nope.
some kind of weird.
Something weird on Jimmy's side now.
Did you get your Bluetooth to work again, Jimmy? I can't hear you. Oh my goodness. Okay.
He gone.
You there?
Check
What
1,
is
2.
going on tonight,
Okay.
guys?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm showing me.
You're louder.
Weird. So you guys ever done an open mic at a bar where you did some singing or whatnot?
No, are you considering it?
No.
No, this band
sang
that
at
I'm
bars.
in,
I've performed at bars.
this band that I'm in is trying to,
Jimmy's band.
yes.
Hijack an open mic?
Yeah, and I don't know, like, is that usually a band thing, or is that like a person
I
gets
don't
up and
think so.
right? That's kind of what I was thinking.
That's pretty funny though.
So your
like
plan, the plan that you and your band came up with, is that you're going to
Yes.
just go to an open mic night, and just take over and just start playing your stuff.
That's
Oh,
that's what we want to do.
that's pretty great.
What about the other people who came to take over the night?
Well, we won't let
So
them.
They're just
I'm
screwed.
pretty sure, even though it says open mic, you have to sign up and get on the schedule. So
Well, the website says there's no schedule, you just show up.
just show up and play until you stop.
I don't know. Maybe they say 2 songs. I don't know.
Oh man.
Are you going to take all
It
of your
says
equipment?
the
and stuff?
website says no need to call. Just come by. Then they have a PA and a mic set up. It's not a fancy deal. Apparently, there's a host there running it.
What's this website?
I guess it would be the website for Three Halves Brewing.
Oh, in Liberty?
Yeah.
What the?
So I guess I'm not sure I understand. Why don't you guys just do a gig where it's your own gig?
They
I don't
have.
understand. Why are you getting? Yeah, but why do that? Why go down from where you were at the top of your game to
Any
an open mic?
publicity is good
That'd be like
publicity.
going back. That'd be like going back to Battle of the Bands or something, wouldn't it?
That's like
Why don't you
ooh,
go to
is it
Battle of
under
the Bands?
events?
I don't know. I haven't looked at it.
It's
That's
under
just what
events.
Michelle was sending out in the text group.
Yeah, it's not under events. They're updating their events. Please stay
Ah.
tuned.
Well, she did say website / Facebook page. So maybe
Okay. Yeah. There ain't nothing on their website except their menu. Three Halves Facebook page.
and it's on Monday nights.
Every Monday night. So you can just go and you don't have to rent equipment.
According to Michelle.
Nice.
Maybe you should do that, Dan. You could come on. You could be our opener. We have an opening band gonna.
I have literally one song that I've written in the last 10 years. I
Hey.
could open with one song about
Yeah.
my dad.
Perfect, and then we'll do 2, and then they'll kick us out.
Oh wow, that was painful.
You see anything on the Facebook page?
I
Like that. No, because I'm on the computer and I don't want to try to sign into Facebook
Yeah.
on this laptop.
let's see. Happy National Lager Day.
Just finished that off. Well, just poured the last of it. I've been I don't watch him as much as I did initially. Oh, what's his name? Chris? Is that the Whiskey Noobs guy?
Oh
Is
yeah,
his name Chris? I think.
sounds
Anyway,
right.
he was talking not too long ago about some of the ridiculousness of a whiskey collection and his
Yes.
specifically his. Did you see that one?
Yes.
Or he was just talking about how it's just too much,
It's
and
yep.
once you get all these bottles, you end up having stuff sit, and when you've got little bits in the bottom of bottles, you got so much oxygen in there, air, that it can significantly change the profile of the
That's
whiskey.
why I'm drinking this one, because I watched him.
Yeah, so that's also why I just finished off that one, because
And that's why this one still hasn't been uncorked.
I guess I need to start finishing off those low bottles.
That's what we need to start working on.
Mm-hmm. Another thing we need to start working on that we've talked about. Dan,
A
are you
roof?
still there? I can't see you.
I'm here. I can hear you.
Okay. The other thing is cutting our old bottles and turning them
Can you see
into
that?
glasses. I can see that.
It's
Pretty
upside
fancy.
down,
Getting the
but yeah.
getting that last drop out. Is that how
The
you chose
last
to do it?
dropout.
All right, here we go.
You're a regular whiskey puking alky doing that.
Okay.
That's
here we
right.
go. Do one too. Oh yeah. Ooh. Mine isn't gonna stay. Oh wait, there it is. Now probably the whole thing will fall over. There. I'm dripping mine out too. All right.
Drizzle, drizzle.
Anyway.
This bottle can now go to the outdoor kitchen
On top of the cabinets.
on top of the cabinets.
Yep. Which we haven't rised up yet.
That's right. Too many things on the list in front of that.
Yeah. Oh man. I was just about to not really brag, but make a statement, that you could have been proud of, except that I didn't actually do what I was about to tell you that I almost did. But that reminded me that I was going to ask Dan a question. And I think I called him the other day and he didn't answer. And then
That happens.
I totally forgot about it. All right, Dan, you have used the Pro Rib metal from Menards a couple times, few times.
I used it on my front and back porch. I used it on my tiny cabin, and I think that's
On
it.
your barn?
Maybe it's very similar. The barn is very similar to it.
Okay, so here's
but
my
it's from
question.
a place called Midwest Manufacturing.
Okay. Here's my question. They offer 2 grades of steel. There's the Pro Rib and there's the Premium Pro Rib. I think is the designations. What have you used? The cheaper one, or did you go with the little bit heavier one?
I would only upgrade to the premium if it was the weight of the steel, not the coatings.
What?
I think I would only upgrade if it was the weight of the steel, the gauge was heavier.
It is.
It is?
Yes.
On my porch, I use the regular, and it is beat up by hail right now as we speak.
So, but here's the thing. Is
it rated for heavier hail?
It has a better guarantee. It has a limited lifetime warranty, not guarantee. Whereas the regular stuff has like, I can't remember what the time frame is on it.
How much more money is it?
It's about $15 a sheet.
More?
Yeah.
And for a
And
12-footer or 16-footer?
I'm buying 12s and 13s, basically.
So it's a little over $1 a running foot.
Yeah.
It's only like 33 cents a square foot more.
So, but here's the deal. The regular is 29 gauge. The premium is 28 gauge, which
Oh, it's only
is
one?
so minimal. Which
Yeah.
then that gets me thinking, if there is it similar to is is it like when you buy a rebuilt transmission? So I put a transmission in my red truck some years back, and I went down to, I don't know what that place is called. It's a national company. I can't think of what it's called.
Is it certified?
Down there. Certified. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Black and yellow.
That sounds right.
So I went down there and had them put a rebuilt transmission in my truck. So when I was figuring all that out, they said, okay, do you want the transmission, or, well, they said, do you want this one, or this one? And I'm like, okay, so this one is $3,600. This one is $5,000, and this one is like $7,000. Like what? What are we talking about? Is that $7,000 transmission? Is that a heavier transmission? Is that thing like built out of better parts? And they said, no, it's exactly the same transmission. It just has a better warranty.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking to myself, oh, so I'm just prepaying for another transmission.
For another transmission. Correct.
So I can pay $3,600 or whatever I paid for mine, 33, something like that. I can pay $3,300 for a transmission, get it put in my truck, maybe never have to put another transmission in it. I could pay $5,000 for my truck, and that gets me like a 7-year warranty or something. And so now 7 years down the road, I only have to pay $1,000 to get my transmission replaced. It's like, or I can pay $7,000 right now and get a 15-year warranty. And if my transmission goes out and I got to get it replaced, then they'll replace it for free. Except that it's not for free because I already have paid double
You already paid for it.
for
Right.
my transmission. So I'm wondering
Except-
if it's a similar
except for the
thing,
labor.
huh?
Except for the labor, right?
Except for the labor. Well, yeah, maybe. So I'm wondering if it's the same kind of deal where they're charging more and giving you a little bit different. I mean, 1 gauge
So
is essentially the thickness of
what
a
are the
piece of
gauges?
paper, 28 versus 29.
What are the Okay.
And
I'll read you
a
this.
29 gauge piece of steel has a range. Like it can't be thinner than this, and obviously it's not going to be thicker than this because at that point they can call it a 28 gauge. 28 gauge can't be thinner than this and isn't going to be thicker than, this. Otherwise it's going to be a 27 or whatever. So hypothetically, I could be buying the exact same
The same stuff.
thickness of steel, called something different, with a better warranty.
Well, let me read you this. Me and my compadre just conferred. He researched this thoroughly
Nice.
while we were talking. And he says that 29 gauge is rarely used for standing seam steel siding, but may appear in lightweight applications like interior walls or non-structural projects. 26 gauge is common in less extreme climates or areas where cost savings are prioritized. Thinner than 24 gauge, but still suitable for residential applications with less exposure to extreme weather. May be more prone to denting from hail and heavy impacts.
Okay, let me stop
24
you.
gauge standard.
Hang on.
Standard.
Your compadre doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay. I'm just going to read you the rest of it.
He's
24
going the
gauge
wrong way.
standard for most residential.
24 gauge is way
No, it's
thicker
getting
than
thicker.
29.
Yeah.
Wait,
Thicker. I'm going thicker. Thinnest to thicker.
I thought
I'm telling you what the thinnest is, and then I'm telling you what the thicker is. 26, common in less extreme climates for exterior. 24 is standard for most residential commercial applications. Offers a good balance of durability and cost. Resistant to denting, making it ideal for areas with moderate to severe weather. 22 gauge, thickest and most durable option, commonly used in high impact or harsh environments, such as areas with heavy snow, hail, or strong winds. Ideal for industrial and commercial applications. So I think if you were going to pay extra, you would probably want to get to a 26.
okay.
Which probably isn't something that Menards carries.
What?
Otherwise,
Yeah,
just
no,
get
they
the
don't carry.
29. Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever contact that? Remember we drove past that metal roofing
Yeah.
company up? Where was that? A little bit north of St. Joe or something?
Well, the closest one that they have is north of Lexington in Richmond.
What?
And they priced out my whole building from that one.
They what?
It wasn't bad. They priced out my whole building, my whole house.
Are you,
in a post frame style.
that's the place that we drove past that one time? We were driving down
But
the
they
road.
also have one in Richmond. When we were coming back from up north when we went to the concert.
Yeah. So we were driving
Yeah.
down I-29, right? No.
30.
I-35.
I-35.
We were coming down I-35.
Okay.
And saw that. Where was that? Was that north of St. Joe?
Where was this? Oh yeah, it was quite a ways up there.
Oh.
But they had a salesman. I talked to them. And let me look it up. But here's I don't know why I'm not seeing it in my email.
Darcy, you said you were shopping for that metal at Menards. Did you check anything like Home Depot or Lowe's to see if they had anything comparable or better?
No, but I need to, I guess. Because if they're selling a heavier metal, I would be quite inclined to do that.
Yeah.
So The company, I have it right here. DeltaMetals.com.
Delta,
That's who you're looking for. Delta.
and that's that place
Delta
that
Metals.
we.
They have a place in Richmond that would be your closest one, and they're heavier. They're definitely heavier gauge stuff than Menards.
They are.
I thought that their prices were pretty good. Yeah. But again, I don't know that they're like the direct, like I think that all of these places that put together packages are getting their metal from someone else, I think. Unless they're getting sheets and they're rolling it into the lengths and everything and cutting it. But they're definitely going to be in that higher quality build than a Menards structure. I mean, like, I don't think that my Menards pole barn is bad. But it's definitely the 29 gauge or 20. It might be the 28 gauge, but it's no better than that. And to be honest, if it is the 28, it's like you said, I can't tell the difference between it and the stuff that I put on my porches for the most part.
Yeah, man, I'm not sure what to do because
If you're going to get it at Menards, just get the cheaper stuff, but don't get the galvanized, get the painted.
Yeah.
Because there's quite a few more coatings on the painted stuff than the galvanized.
I mean, it's like nine, not really layers, but treatments essentially, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And I think that literally the galvanized is like, it's like the first 4 and then they stop. Whereas the painted have the galvanized layers plus the extra paint coatings and clear coats and stuff.
What color are you gonna get,
tell
Darcy?
you about the metal.
What color? I'm looking at kind of like a dusty blue, kind of.
Like Dan's cup?
I think. I don't know. Can't see Dan.
Baby blue. Oh, you can't see me?
Yeah, it's called ocean blue, but it's.
I can see you just fine, Dan.
Yeah, I just clicked over. I can see it on the internet, but I can't see it on my phone. I don't know.
I think, Darcy, possibly your internet's not doing great. You've been frozen on my end for a good 10 minutes.
All right, I just turned off.
I just turned off.
I think he turned himself off.
Oh, hey, there you are.
We got some
Jimmy,
good.
move your head back and forth. I want to.
Guys, this reminds me of when we first started doing this, all the tech issues we had.
Jimmy, you go up to your Osmo Pocket and you double tap on your face and it'll start tracking your face. And then it'll do this. It'll go back and forth.
I'm using a laptop
tap.
computer. It doesn't do that.
You could get a lazy Susan.
Why are you using your laptop when you have your Osmo Pocket?
I know, right? I didn't ever order it.
Lame.
I know. I thought you were going to get them for the group.
I wish I could have. I wish that I had actually turned it on whenever I shot my deer. I got it pointed at it. I got it, everything set up. And then I looked at it after shooting it and I was like, it wasn't recording.
Classic.
It kind of makes all of my hunting. It kind of makes all of my hunting videos useless to not have a deer to show for it. Like, what's the Like, you're gonna watch somebody's hunting channel if they don't have a single deer to show for all their
Hey,
videos?
did you do any video of you naked in the stand?
For sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
everyone wants to see that. Just put that out there.
Yeah, but then there's no deer.
It doesn't
And when
matter
there's no deer shot.
if there's a naked Dan in a tree hunting. That's what people want to see.
I know that's sexy.
Give
I
the
know that's
people what they
beyond
want.
sexy, but
Yeah.
like, but I just couldn't bring myself to. It's like whenever somebody has a meltdown online, and you're like, okay, wait, just so we're clear, you got the perfect angle to point the camera at you, and then you like push your cord and you went over to the bed and you got on the bed and you had your meltdown in front of the camera. Like, it seems like you were in a very clear state of mind when you got the camera at the right angle and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like, sexy naked Dan in a tree seems like a planned thing if you don't get a deer.
Yeah, I hear you.
Speaking,
so I'm looking at Home Depot and Lowe's, and they both use Gibraltar for the steel roofing. Same brand.
They use rock for steel.
Gibraltar is the brand name.
Oh, isn't Gibraltar some kind of rock?
Not the rock of the. Yeah, there is a rock of Gibraltar, but I don't think that. I think they used that up a long time ago.
Oh.
And went to using.
I think they
steel.
named it Gibraltar to give it this strong sounding name.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyway, it's 29 gauge. It's all 29 gauge.
Yeah, I think you got to go to a steel manufacturer or a red iron building manufacturer or something to get higher gauges.
What about metal by the foot?
No. Pricey. That is. I kind of like that place, but it is pricey.
Yeah.
So I think that it's okay, since nobody watches our podcast, to tell you guys this on the podcast.
Okay.
Like, I have this account, this bank account, that I've been receiving funds to every month for almost a year, more or less. Okay. And that's through a Stripe account. So it's a payment that gets made to this account for a business that I have. And then I pay the bills of the business through that account to a credit card. Okay. Does that make sense? So like every month there's two transactions. There's money in and money out. We tried to actually take some of the money after almost a year of running the business. And my bank said, this is an inactive account. You're going to have to go to a physical location to make a transfer now. I called them and they're like, yeah, that's just the rules when it's been inactive for this long. And I'm like, it hasn't been inactive at all. Like, it's been getting payments and we've been making payments, right? Like, that's makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Seems like transactions.
Anyway, they're like, yeah, like 2 transactions a month. But we haven't needed the money, so we haven't taken any of the money. So anyway, long story short, I go to the bank and talking to the lady at the bank, and she's like, I've never heard of this. Like, this is like, I'm looking at your transactions and they look like typical transactions. They're not automated. You initiated them. Like I don't know what the problem is with this. So anyway, while she's fixing it, I'm looking around the bank because I'm just like bored. And this story is going a lot of different directions. I apologize for that. So there's like one of those placards that says the name of the teller to my right. And the name of the teller, since nobody's watching, I'll just say her name. It is Sparkle Parker.
Hmm.
And I'm like, that's an interesting name, and it doesn't roll off. Like, you'd think that something with sparkle in it would roll off the tongue better, but then whenever you say Parker right after it, there's something like doesn't feel quite right about it. Sparkle Parker.
That's hard to say.
Almost the entire word Parker is in sparkle, but they end differently. You see what I'm saying? SPARKE, right? Like Sparkle Parker. So I'm like looking around, and to be 100% honest, I'm like looking for like maybe I'm curious. Not like
Yeah.
bi-curious, but like
But
person
likely
curious.
a training.
I'm like, what's your I mean, I didn't say it, you said it, but
Yeah, a transitioner.
but yeah, likely a name that someone gave themselves
Yeah.
during a transitional period in their life.
Yeah,
Let's just
transient.
put it that way. So I'm like looking over there, and I'm like, I'm curious about old Sparkle. What's the story with Sparkle? And this, and then like a few minutes later, a few minutes into it, I'm thinking about old Sparkle, and this kind of short, not really big, but like a little heavier set black lady walks up, like a few dreads in her hair, like very well put together. And she starts putting her Stanley mug on the counter, and she starts like, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if that's Sparkle. And so I said to her, hey, and it's just like kind of out of the blue. She's on my side of the teller counter, but she's putting things in there like, I'm going to go around and be a teller at this spot. I go, hey, is your name Sparkle? And she turns and she's like, yeah, why? And I was like, well, how do you feel about that name? How's that, like, is that great? And she's like, well, honestly, it's kind of a lot to live up to. And I'm like, yeah, it seems like it would be, but it's a pretty great name. And she was so like, I don't know what's happening, that here's what she said to me. She's like, I love your teeth. And I was like, okay.
Oh no.
She's like, they're really straight. And I'm like, oh.
Like, yeah, they're fake.
Thank you. And then like I was like, that's a great name. And she's like, thank you. And then she went around the counter and she went back to work or whatever.
That's
But,
funny.
Is that a weird story?
It's
Like,
a great story.
did I make that weird?
Yes, and I loved it.
Sparkle. And then I realized, like, do you get compliments? I don't ever get compliments. And like, I know that was a weird one because like I initiated the conversation, but like it kind of came out of the blue, the compliment about my teeth, And like my sister, she's usually like, your teeth are yellow. You should like do something about that. And I'm like, they're just teeth. Like, they're not, like I go to the dentist, they're not rotting. They're going to be fine. Yeah, but you could do something about that. So Sparkle liked my teeth when she felt awkward.
I used to get
So I'm taking it as a compliment.
I used to get teeth compliments every now and again before I had facial
Let me
hair
see your
that
teeth.
covered it all up.
Yeah, I've never seen your teeth. Yeah, you got good teeth. You got some good teeth.
Got real good teeth.
Yeah.
I had the braces.
How's mine?
I did not. I just have them. Yeah, go like give us a like
A good smile. A good toothy smile.
Yeah, give us a good toothy smile there, Darcy.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Here's the thing. Like I don't get a lot of compliments. I'm gonna take it as a compliment,
Yeah,
even though
dude.
she didn't like initiate the conversation. When's the last time you got a compliment? Like legitimately, guys. Let's hear it.
Oh,
What
I
was the
get
last
Let
compliment
me
you
think
remember?
here.
I get beard compliments daily.
Besides about your beard.
I
Because
had
like a freak gasoline
I
fight
was
accident and
at
that's gone.
I was at my kids' basketball game like a week ago,
Okay.
and some little junior high girl like came up to me and said, I think that's where it was. Said she liked my earrings.
Hmm.
Okay. Which ones were in? Like your gauges?
The ones I wear, yeah, the ones I wear all the time. They're
The
these
stars?
wooden,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't recall the last
Wood
compliment
and
I actually
copper
got
and
Besides the beard.
turquoise.
besides the beard, because yeah, that's daily.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
about
I don't get them a lot.
for like how strong you are?
I have, yeah, some people say that.
I, I'm not that strong, Darcy.
Oh.
Um, I
Okay.
honestly, the vein of compliment that I remember the most, maybe I'm taking it as a compliment. I'm not saying that it comes as a straight up compliment. The one that I am like, that's interesting, is that people say that I am good at saying hard things to young men and that they appreciate it later.
Hmm.
Like not in the moment, but like I've said some pretty dastardly things to young guys who were like really effing things up, like when they needed to be said. And like later they were telling someone else that I had like set them straight. And I'm like, yeah, and I always feel a little bad about like reaming a guy when he's already down. Um, but I take that as a compliment that they kind of come around to it. Does that? I don't know. That's the way I want to feel. That's the way I want to feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was a kid, high school, just out of high school, and he was on Instagram all the time, and he was absolutely blubbering about like daily about this girl that dumped him, and like every one of his posts was about like being heartbroken and like being angry and like all these ones that are like I'll show her kind of things. And I like messaged him. I was like, dude, she ain't never coming back and you ain't helping it. And all you're doing is making every girl that sees it think that you're a sad sack of shit and that you're not gaining anything by doing this. You need to man up, like grow a pair and move on. She dumped you. Get over it. And and like at the moment I was like, I wasn't being cynical. I was just like, you're not helping your case. If you're hoping to get a girl, and like a year later, his parents were like, or a few months later, his parents were like, I don't know exactly what you said to him, but thank you. Because they couldn't do it.
Nice. Good work, Dan.
And then he still talks to me sometimes. So that's nice too.
Yep.
But yeah,
Good
it's
job.
I heard a guy say the other day that we should like men should take a month and like just text a friend and give them a compliment every day for a month. Not the same friend, but like some friend and compliment them.
What if
Like,
you did what
don't
if
be
you did the
gay.
same guy every day?
That would get a little weird.
I complimented a guy at church the other day on his looking good up on stage while he was reading the Advent thing.
Nice.
Yeah. Did he think that was inappropriate?
No, he replied back and said, "Thanks, I'm having a good hair day."
Nice.
Oh man.
I think I already told you about this, Darcy. I'm gonna since we're talking, I'm gonna bring up I'm gonna tell Jimmy in real time about my text conversation with
Mm.
ChatGPT.
All right,
Dude,
I'm
if you
coming
guys
back.
don't get ChatGPT, I'm gonna admit, like, when the machines take over the world, it's gonna be partly my fault because I pay for legit ChatGPT.
Okay.
Okay. But so I've got this friend who hasn't texted me back. We might not be friends anymore. Who's a crossbow hunter. And I think that he has legitimate reasons for doing it, but I don't
He hasn't texted
care.
you since you sent
I mean,
him
I don't
this?
know. No, he has not. So we haven't razzed gay Jeremy about the crossbow hunting enough. But we should more.
We should
for
start.
sure. So I have this thing with this friend of mine, Jacob, and I send him anytime that I come across a meme about crossbow hunters, like, I send it to him because he's a crossbow hunter. So I asked ChatGPT, are you aware of the feelings of the archery community about people who hunt with crossbows? And ChatGPT says, yes, I am aware of the general sentiment within the archery community regarding hunting with a crossbow, though opinions can vary widely. Here's an overview. And so basically, you know the general gist of the opinion, Jeremy?
Jimmy?
I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, it's looked down upon because it's not real bow hunting.
That's not, yeah, it's not. So basically, it gives me all of the standard, like, opinions of traditional and crossbow and compound bow. I said, can you tell me some crossbow jokes you may hear from real archers? And it's like, sure, I can tell you some light-hearted jokes. And it says, what do you call a crossbow? Training wheels for a gun. Why did the crossbow hunter bring a calculator to the woods? To figure out how far he could shoot without leaving his truck. And, like, it just kind of goes on with these, like, kind of silly little things. And it's like, these jokes are often highlight the perceived differences in skill, effort, or tradition, but they're usually shared with a spirit of camaraderie. I'm going to have to read this closer. In reality, every hunter values blah, blah, blah. I said, what about a few about how they're gay? And ChatGPT says, it's important to approach humor with respect and sensitivity, blah, 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 LGBTQ individuals, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, do some that are gay but respectful of gays. Sure, here are a few lighthearted jokes that incorporate humor about crossbows in a way that acknowledges the LGBTQ plus themes respectfully and playfully. Why do crossbow hunters always have the best outfits? Because they never miss a chance to slay on the field and in fashion. How can you tell if a crossbow hunter is gay? Their aim isn't just true, it's fabulous. Why do crossbow hunters make great party planners? They're always ready with a solid plan and a killer shot to wow the crowd. Okay, here's the best one. It's number 4. Ready?
Ready.
What is the difference between a crossbow hunter and a gay friend? Nothing.
That's funny.
Oh man.
Oh.
So
I don't even need to tell any others.
how much of that did you send to your friend?
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
The entire thing. If he
Oh,
doesn't respond
man.
in like another day, I'm going to text him and be like, dude, you've got to at least read joke 4 in the last batch of jokes.
Or just resend that one.
Yeah, I need to resend that one. So you can trick ChatGPT into being incredibly, incredibly calloused if you need to. The other thing is, in the text exchange between me and ChatGPT, it says it's important not to jokingly associate being gay with something negative,
That's what he
That's
told
like
you.
impossible.
crossbow hunting.
That's impossible.
And I'm like, wait, so it's okay to say that crossbow hunting is negative. It's not okay to associate it with being gay. What? Isn't that just as offensive to crossbow hunters? You're like, isn't it equal at least? Isn't it like at least equal? That's all I'm saying. Are we
That's
getting
funny.
Are we getting shadow banned right now for what I'm talking about?
I don't know. I guess I better go look.
I think even Dave Rubin would like this conversation we're having right now.
No,
It's-
we're still on. I don't see any little warning
Do we
flags.
still have 100,000 viewers?
Do we still? How many viewers? All of them.
I think we lost a few on that little segment there.
Shadow banned.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, we had one person view the stream
That was
while
you,
it was
Darcy.
live.
Was it you?
Yeah, it might be.
Okay. It wasn't you, or it was?
No, wasn't me. 17 minutes they watched.
Maybe they're still watching.
No.
It's Judah.
Any chance? Did they push like?
What's
Man.
Rory doing tonight?
Oh, probably out partying with his friends at the college.
Maybe he watched us for a minute.
He probably put us up on a screen at a bar for a while.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
Oh yeah,
Probably
maybe.
9 people watched for 17 minutes.
And they cheated us by all watching it on the same screen. Ah, man.
Can you believe it?
Well, we almost had some bunch of viewers, I guess. Maybe next time.
Let's pretend like 100 people watched us.
Hey, one viewer is one more than we usually have.
That's true. So, okay, what do you guys think about actually like trying to format this in a way that it actually would be viewable? Is that too much work?
I mean, we could just continue to do a 3-way call once a week.
And would it actually potentially get more viewers as not a live stream if you just recorded it and put it up as a podcast? Do you know, Darcy?
Would
You're
what?
the expert here. Like if you just recorded this and then put it up at ran it through an AI and said, I just want the best clips out of this, and let it condense it down and make it into
Then what?
something that you post. How much
Then
of it
what?
did you hear? Then what?
I'm asking like
if you record.
Yeah.
Okay, so
We do.
like, does the fact that it's live and doesn't get any viewers reduce the number of potential viewers for the future? Does that make sense?
I don't think so, because it's not on. It's not like linked to anything. So, like, are you saying like because we do it live on YouTube, does it make the Spotify version of it less desirable, or?
I didn't know there was a Spotify version. I was just talking about the YouTube version. Like,
Well,
okay, like if you took this same thing and you said, like, I'm just trying to game plan, how do we get you a bunch of viewers on the channel? So like, we came into it with a subject matter that we were going to talk about. We talked about it, and then we hit stop record.
mhm.
And then you take that section that you recorded and condense it into like a thing and wrote a line that was the subject matter and posted it as a standalone post. Wouldn't that get more viewers than just having an hour-long live recording that's just like the recording of this week? You know what I'm saying? Because nobody's searching the recording of this week.
Right.
Or would
And
that just be way too much work?
it is some work, and I was doing that for Spotify. Like
Okay.
going through and really like paring things down, like whenever it was just like re-listening to every minute of every episode,
Mm-hmm.
cutting out pauses, cutting out like stumbles. The last few that I have put on Spotify, I haven't done all that. I've just let the
Mm-hmm.
Riverside's AI do whatever it does, and then which you can essentially tell it remove any pause over 2 seconds or whatever, and but I wasn't going and like cutting. Initially,
Mm-hmm.
I would go in, and if we got into a section where we were having the technical difficulties or whatever, then I would maybe try to like find a spot to clip that out and
Yeah.
just get rid of that. But the last few, I haven't done that. Now we've had 2 views. Is one of you guys looking at YouTube now?
I pulled it up.
Okay.
Oh, you did. You dirty dog.
I'm trying to boost the algorithms.
Okay. Good.
So, like, because my thing is, here's my thing. Like, if we're not getting any views by doing it the way we're doing it, then we should change something or not worry about putting it live at all.
Well,
Those are my 2 feelings on it.
okay.
If like sometimes you see like what's his name? I want to call him Vince Vaughn.
Theo
And
Vaughn?
like he has shorts, I forget. Theo Vaughn. He just has, not that we're funny as Theo Vaughn, but like he just has shorts where you're like, I don't know if this is really part of a podcast or if he's just making this crap up. Like, I don't know. Oh, I don't care. It's funny though. But it's like a 13-second clip.
Yep.
And I feel like that would be like, if there, it seems like there's probably an AI that could just like go and just like clip clips of the thing. And
Riverside
just post.
has a little
even if
bit of
you didn't-
that.
Mhm.
Riverside does some of that.
Are these recordings as bad as what we're seeing through Riverside? Because like
Yes.
you're super grainy.
No,
They are chunky like that.
no,
Wait,
no,
what?
no. They're not.
They're pretty clear.
Yeah. They're exactly like what they look like on Spotify. You know, when you pull up the Spotify videos of
Okay.
us and it looks better than this.
Yeah, when I do, I've never done it.
You haven't even subscribed to our own Spotify podcast, have you?
I don't even have Spotify.
Huh?
I don't have Spotify. Where would I get Spotify? Like, would I go
Yes, you
like to
do.
Alaska and mine for Spotify?
You have Spotify.
How would I get Spotify? Let me look.
You just download it on your phone. What are you talking about?
Dude.
Let me look. I think I'm on Trevor's Spotify, and the frustration with it is if he wants to use it, he just kicks me out. Like it just logs me
I
off.
remember you saying that. Oh well. Well,
Search. What would I search for? I have it here. Not
What
your
would
average
you-
guys.
the Not Your Average Guys show. All right. Well, we can continue this behind the paywall if we want.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So we might as well say it's the Not Your Average Guys show signing off. Thanks for joining us, whoever you were who viewed
Yeah.
our stream
Whoever you were.
Whoever
for
you
some
are. Thank you.
some seconds. I hope you come back. We'll see you next week. Okay. I stopped the recording.
Okay. Now we're
I
behind the
will
paywall.
get back to doing better at that stuff. Because like whenever I was doing that, when I would go back and listen through the whole episode again and make notes. Oh, Jimmy, what happened?
It's still live on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's probably just a little bit delayed.
No,
Isn't it?
it's not.
It's still live on YouTube.
I'm watching it live on YouTube right now.